Hey guys, so just a little question and answer video for you. So as you know, we're going to be in this together for the rest of the school year. So I'm going to try everything I can to get your practicals done, but it's going to be up to you guys to do them. You know, I can't do them for you. We did give you guys the opportunity to grab your supplies, and pretty soon we will have a day to gather the rest of your supplies, or for those of you who didn't gather your supplies, you'll get to get the rest of your supplies out. I don't know when that day is, but it will be coming up soon. And as soon as I know, you will know. And I will go and gather everything out of your lockers. We'll bag it up and you could be able to come and pick it up, okay? So, being that said, in the meantime, there are practicals to do. So on top of your theory work that you'll be doing, and most of your theory work is already done, I've been pushing you guys to do theory each day, and that's how you're getting your hours. So you are getting hours for the theory that you do. Okay, so you get hours for the theory you do, you get hours for the videos that you turn in, and then you're also going to get hours for your practicals. So every week I add up everything that you've turned in for that week, and then if you haven't turned it in, then I take away hours from you. If you don't turn in any work, you get no hours. Okay, so checking in, yes, you have to check in for attendance, but that does not give you hours. Okay, so the ways to get hours that goes towards your state practicals is do your theory, do your vocabulary. Those have to be turned in. Do your test. Make sure you're watching the video series that I give you. If you watch a video series by Wall, Andis, or Wella, or by Shark Fin, and I posted those every single week, I've been posting them for the last 3 weeks and only have like 2 or 3 students that's actually done videos. But if you watch a video from them and you take pictures from the beginning, the middle, and the end of the video to prove you watched it, then you get an hour or however long the video is of time. So if the video happens to be 2 hours presentation, you'll get 2 hours. But if it's 1, you're getting 1 hour. Now, if you want to get another hour, write a paper on it. When you write a paper on it, which is, 1-page paper, double spaced, not a lot, just write a paper about the video saw explaining everything. Has to be a full page, cannot be a half page, cannot be a quarter page, cannot be 3/4 of a page, has to be a page. Okay, not a hard thing to do. If you do a page paper on it, you will get another hour. Okay, so that's 2 hours you can get for just watching a video. That's all you got to do, watch a video. Okay, so that's like watching a demo, like when we have the demos in class. These are done by professional licensed cosmetologists, okay? They're professionally done, and they also are by professional companies as Wall, Andis, Shark Fin, as well as Wella. And there's been some pretty good videos on there with some really great content, okay? So I really advise you guys to watch these videos. Another way that you have gained hours is through the Salon Project and the Bone Project. Each week you are gaining hours, so if you turn those projects in, you did get hours for those, okay? So we have combined 3rd and 4th quarter. Great. So now there's not going to be a 4th quarter for, say, it's going to be a 3/4 quarter. Okay, so all that grade book is combined into one grade book now, okay? So that is going to be your grade for 4th quarter. So all work still needs to be turned in. We will be working up until the 20th of May. The 20th through the 27th of May will be used not for teaching, but only for makeup work to try to get you caught up. Okay, so this is how that's going to work. During this time, from now until then, you will be getting lecture series just like I send out. You'll finish up your theory, any theory that we haven't done so far, but I think we're about done with theory. And the rest of the time is going to be spent on practicals. So this week I've already given you a basic perm. In order to receive credit, when you're doing a perm, you need to go ahead and make certain that you show me it wet and sectioned for a basic perm. I want to see wet and sectioned. Picture. Then roll your perm. Make sure you have all your sections. There should be 5 sections, the mohawk, before, in front of the ears and behind the ear sections, okay? So you'll roll the perm and then take another picture. These pictures need to be dated and time-stamped, okay? Because I don't want you sending me the same picture about over and over and over saying, oh, I rolled it, oh, I did this, oh, this, when all you're doing is just resending me the pictures each day. No, don't do that. Dated and timestamped, or you get no credit for it. Don't tell me you forgot to do it. So I'm telling you now, if you don't have them dated and timestamped, can prove this is a different picture. Don't take it with the same background. Take it with a different background as well. If you cannot prove it's a different picture, you are not getting credit for it. Okay, because now we're talking about state law and state licensure. I'm not talking about just your high school grade. Now I'm talking about your actual licensure that's regulated by the state, and we have to be extremely careful. They are going out of their way, the state is, to let you do these practicals at home. We are not going to mess that up. So, first thing, wet and sectioned. Second thing, permed. These pictures need to be date and time stamped and need to have a different background when you take the picture. And then the third picture should be the rods out of the head and down. If you do not have rods right now, try to borrow some from somebody or a friend, or if you know somebody that has a salon, or just go to the store and buy some. I think Walmart would have them, Target, sometimes the dollar store has them, sometimes Sally's, if they're open, I'm not even sure if they're open, may have them, or you can order them online. They're very cheap. But if you have some, because I gave you some, then you have those that you can use as well, okay? Now, every time you do these pictures, I want a different background. I want them dated and time stamped, okay? So that's your basic perm, which is due this week, okay? And then we're going to roll out probably either a bricklay or a piggyback perm. If you have already done these, do not worry about it. If you've already done them and it's marked off, then you just let me know. I've done that, I've turned it in, I'll give you a grade for it, and make sure it's checked off. If you want to work ahead, I can give you a different practical to work ahead on. Okay, but I will try to send out videos. I've been making different videos on how to do these perms. The basic perm, I'm not sending out a video. You know how to do that. But I have done one on a piggyback perm and a bricklay perm. So those, I have sent out videos with you, and you'll be able to see those. One of the videos is a little bit rough because I had to move my camera there in the middle of it, so you'll get through it. But anyways, so again, any questions that you have, let me know. Make sure that you are sending me pictures of the videos that you do, and you are also sending me pictures of any practicals that you do. We will be scheduling, I'll be scheduling the 1,500-hour exam probably for the third week in May. So you'll have your written exam, and then we're going to do the practical exam. I'm still trying to develop how I'm going to do this, whether it's going to be by a Zoom meeting with all of you, or whether we're going to do this by picture, and I have to tell you exactly how to send in the pictures. And if the pictures aren't sent in correctly, you will not get credit for that portion of your exam. And the exam will have to be done during certain times on that day. You cannot do it any day you want to. You cannot turn it to me at midnight or 3 a.m. It will have to be done that day. Okay, because I have some of you that are texting me at midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. Guess what? Not going to answer you at that time. Okay? So I try my best to answer you as quickly as possible. But again, just remember, I'm only here certain hours of the day as well. And then I have to give a little me time as well. I'm up by 6:30 in the morning posting stuff for you guys and getting stuff ready. And, I keep my same schedule. And by, 4:30, I'm done for the day. Okay, so if I have time to answer your questions after that, I will. But just don't wait till 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night to send me all of your stuff. And a lot of you are waiting till 9, 10 o'clock at night to send me all your stuff. And then on top of that, you're basically saying, okay, this is the last day I had the project due, and you wait till 10 o'clock that night to tell me, oh, I can't do this right now. No, don't do that, guys. I'm giving you plenty of time to do this stuff in. Okay, so it's not my fault if you don't get it done, okay? You had more time than any class in the past history. I know you're doing this from home, and it makes things a little more difficult, but it also makes things easier because now you have more time to work on this stuff. and you're doing less work than you would normally do in the classroom and getting full credit for it. Okay, so just remember that. Take advantage of this time. Take advantage of the time to get your practicals done. It's up to you to get them done. We're not going to give you more time to get this stuff done. We're not going to say, oh, well, you can come back next fall and get this stuff done, because you can do it at home. There's no reason in the world why you can't get this stuff done. It's up to you to get it done. Okay, so I'm just letting you guys know this, okay? So I don't know what they're going to do, what administration's going to do, as in if you have to come back as an adult. Please don't ask me that question, because I don't have the answer to that. I'm assuming that maybe that since you're given all this time to do this and do these practicals at home, that if you do have to come back because you don't finish practicals, that you would have to come back as a paying adult. I don't know that though. Don't quote it. Don't say I said it, because I'm not saying that. But I'm trying to tell you right now is the time to get it done. Take advantage of this situation. There are going to be some practicals I change so that you can do them from home, and you need to listen. But this week you have a basic perm that is due, and on Wednesday I'm probably going to give you another perm, either going to be bricklayer piggyback. For those of you that have already completed all of this stuff and want to move ahead, you can send me an email or you can text me by Remind, and you can ask me what practical can I work on. If you don't have a mannequin, use whatever you can. Use your sister or use your brother or use your mom and dad and work on something with their hair that I give you, okay? But we did give all of you ample time to respond back to the text to go pick up your supplies. If you don't have the supplies, then you will get your supplies soon. But I don't have an answer of when, okay? So don't keep texting me and asking me that, because I'm gonna say the same thing. And I'm not going to text it out 1,000 times. So guys, hang in there. You can do this. You got to stay positive, and you got to know that you have plenty of time to work on this stuff. Get your theory done every day. When I give out something, it is due that day, okay? If I give you a theory, it's due that day. After that, it's late, okay? And then you start losing points on late work. You always known this. This has always been the policy. So don't wait to turn it in. All late work will be deducted points. Okay, because you have plenty of time to get this done in. Make sure you look up the theory and you turn it in. If you cannot find, or you say, well, I don't have a book, look it up online. Just put in Milady, chapter 27 or chapter 28, chapter 32, whatever chapter it is. Put it in Milady, chapter 32, and it pops up the book there on Google. It's very simple. So all theory is due the day I give it. I have been posting this. After that, you're losing points on it. Okay? Now, can you do old theory? Yes. Anything you haven't done, get it done. I left all the assignments there on the class, so you can go back and do all the assignments. If you take a test and you fail it, you can take it the next day. Do not take it the same day. I will not give you credit for it. If you take the test the same day that you fail it and you go retake it, I will not give you credit for it. You have to wait 24 hours. And you guys need to start studying. Some of you guys are taking tests and failing them. There's absolutely no reason. I give a lecture, I give you theory to do, and I'm also giving you the info sheets. There's no reason why you should fail these tests. You're not studying, and it's obvious when I see the test scores. So you need to do up your game. I'm doing my part. I'm trying to provide you with every tool I possibly can in order for you to succeed. Now you got to do your part. It's your part and your job to make sure that you study before you take a test. Once you study and take this test, you will be fine. You should not have to retake it again. But the tests are due. Once you retake a test, okay, so if you made a 60 on the test and you have to retake it again, and then your friend made 100 on the test, and you retake your test and you get 100 on it the second time, you're not getting 100 in the grade book. That's not right and it's not fair. I'm going to deduct the points. So you're going to get a median score. Okay, so you got one chance to get the 100 on the test. It's always been like that from day one. Okay, but it's not fair to somebody that did study and make 100, and maybe you didn't study and you made a 60 or a 40, and you want to go back and retake it. When you retake it, you will make a lower score than 100. Okay, but it's better than a 0, right? And it's definitely better than the other one. And you have to score an 80 percentile or higher in order to pass. If it's not 80 percentile and higher, it does not pass. It does not go on your transcripts. Okay, that is state law. So make sure that you are doing that. Okay, so again, just to recap, theory is due the day I put it out. After that, I'm deducting points when you turn it in late. Okay, I'm not going to give you a week to do theory on something that should have taken you basically 20-30 minutes. For every theory you turn in vocab, you get an hour worth of time. For every test you take, you get an hour worth of time. For every practical that I give you, I go ahead and figure out how much time you should have to do this practical. So for those of you that did your salon project and you turned in all your work, you were given 3.5 hours a day. Then you also have e-learning. E-learning, you also are getting the hours that you put in. So it just depends on the percentage. Please work on one class at a time. Do not go in 3 classes and work on them. Okay, I have said this over and over. Do not do this. Work on one class. So if you're doing Emergency 3A, only work on Emergency 3A until it's 100% complete. Do not move to a different class or different unit until you complete that 100%. Then move on to the next class, whether it's the cutting edge or whether it's going to be entrepreneurship or whatever the case may be. Okay, so make sure you work on one class at a time. Get it 100% done and then move on. You can do more than 150 hours in your e-learning. If you do 3 classes, I will open a 4th one up for you to do, and you will get the hours for those the new class you're doing. Okay? And if they open up salons before the end of the school year and you can do an internship and you can do that. But that depends on if they open up the salons, okay? But you guys need to really get on top of the game because time's ticking, and before you know it, the year is going to be over. You have been given the opportunity to really finish up on this. It's up to you to do it. So please don't use the excuse, well, we were out of school. Well, yes, but you had e-learning. You had lessons sent to you every day. You were sent reminders through the Remind app. You were sent reminders through your Google Classroom. You were given testing to do every day. You were doing theory every day. You had projects to work on every single day. And all of this goes towards your transcripts. And all of this adds your hours in. So you're given every opportunity to fulfill your obligations as a student and reach the hours and the practicals necessary in order to graduate. And you're also given the wonderful opportunity that you can do up to 50% of the hours, which is 750 hours, online. Okay, so that's what the state is saying. So there's no reason why you cannot finish this program. Guys, push yourself. You can do this. You got to stay positive. You got to give yourself a time to wake up in the morning, and you have to give yourself a time to go to sleep at night. This is not summer vacation. You're still in school. You're just doing it in a different place. Okay, remember that. One thing I learned is when I worked as an independent sales agent on my own is every morning I had to get up, and I had to get up at the same time. And if I was working from home, I would leave my bedroom and go into my office and sit down like I'm going to an office building and start my day. If I was going to be outside in the field, I would make sure every day at 8 o'clock in the morning, I was walking out my door and I'm in my car heading to some appointment or heading somewhere. You have to do this at home as a student. You have to get up at the same time you normally get up, and you have to dedicate that time that you would normally dedicate in the school to your schoolwork. I know there's a lot of distractions at home, but you're going to have to learn how to discipline yourself to do this in order to finish this program. But you can do it, guys. And I know, talk to your parents. They will support you in it, okay? And your brothers and sisters come bother and say, hey, listen, I'm in school. You guys go away. Take your breaks like you need to take them, just like you normally do. But get your schoolwork done. Focus on that. You guys can do this, okay? So make sure, again, doing your theory every day, taking your tests when they're due, do the projects. Make sure you're working on your practicals. Practicals are due now. So this week is a basic perm, and on Wednesday I will give you another one, or probably tomorrow I may post it. And don't forget, tomorrow you have 2 tests that I'm going to post as well that are due. Okay, so make sure you get all that stuff done. Make sure you're checking in daily for the attendance, or you'll be marked absent. And when your school liaisons and counselors email me, ask me for an update, I'm going to tell them, you're not checking in, you're not turning in your work, you're not doing this. Also, we'll let your parents know too, okay? So, because when they email me, ask me questions, I'm going to be honest. This is what they're behind on. So if I say that you're behind on something, then it's because you are. And another thing too, whenever you're late on work, so if I give you theory to do, it's due today. If you turn it in tomorrow, or you turn it in Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, you turn it in any day other than that day, you have to text me and you have to say, Mr. Marks, I turned in theory on 8/11. Okay? Don't just say, I turned in the theory that you gave us the other day. Don't tell me that. I have no idea what you're talking about. I have 40 other students that are texting me doing the same thing. I don't have time to go through every Google Classroom and look for what you didn't do. Okay, because there are many assignments, probably 20 different assignments that I have to go through. I can't do it. It would take me hours. Okay, so any work you turn in that is past its due date, so if you take a test on that day, you don't have to tell me you took it if it was due that day. If you turn in theory that day, you don't have to tell me that you did the theory if it's due that day. But if it's late, if it's the next day or after that, then you have to say, Mr. Marks, I took test 8/11. Mr. Marks, I did theory 8/11. Mr. Marks, I turned in my bone project. Mr. Marks, I turned in my salon project. Okay? Then you have to tell me how you turn it in, whether I turned it in or I emailed it to you or shared it with you. Okay, or I sent it through Remind. Then you're okay, because I will not go back and look. You will not get credit for those assignments if you did not tell me what you did and when you did it. It is your job to go into PowerSchool and look up each item, okay guys? So don't forget that. Go in PowerSchool and look at your grades and make sure that everything is getting signed off as it should get signed off. If it's not getting signed off, you're not getting credit for it. Okay, it means it's not going to go in your transcripts. Okay, and then when you come back and say, well, I did that, I'll say, I'm sorry, I don't have any record of it. You'll have to do it again. Okay, so it's your job, go in PowerSchool, and you keep up with what you're behind on. Okay, because I cannot send out 40 different texts every day. Hey, this is what you're behind on. You know, you're not in the classroom anymore. I cannot meet with you personally like we did before. So if you guys would like to meet, we can also do a Zoom meeting, and you can text me anytime you need to, guys. Okay, so if you have any questions, let me know. Get the assignments in, get them in a timely manner, do them the same day they're due, take your tests when they're done. After that, if you do something that's late, you're gonna get points deducted, and you have to text me and say, hey, I did this theory, the number of the theory, and I turned it in by this method. That's what you need to tell me. Otherwise, you're not getting credit for it. Please do not expect me to go back and look through every single assignment I put out there and try to find what you did and what you didn't do, because I'm not going to do it. I don't have hours every day to do that, and it literally would take me hours to do that. Okay, guys, so good luck with you, and if you have anything, you need anything, let me know. I hope the videos are helping you out, and we will get through this. But you got to do your part, and I promise you I will do my part, and I'll help you out any way I possibly can. If you need something else, please let me know, and I'll be there. Okay? Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.